Right, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, and thanks for tuning in this morning. And what I'm going to do with you this morning is I'm going to talk about the UEFA Europa League draw as it happens, and if you, and hopefully you'll want to come in and have a chat with me about it as well. That'd be really cool. And please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and please remember to hit the like button for me as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic if you can do that. But thanks for coming in and looking at finding about my channel and seeing what I'm going to be talking about. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about the teams that are going to be competing in the group stage draw. So let's have a quick look at those. Now they've split them into 4 pots the same way that they did for the Champions League. So draw that happened yesterday. So in pot 1, we've got Lyon, Napoli, Bayer Leverkusen, Dinamo Zagreb, Lazio, Olympiacos, Monaco and Braga. And then in pot 2, we've got Celtic, Eintracht Frankfurt, Crvena Zvezda, which is Red Star Belgrade, Rangers, Leicester City, Lokomotiv Moscow, Genk and Psv Eindhoven. Now in pot 3, we have Marseille, Ludogorets, West Ham United, Real Sociedad, Real Betis, Fenerbahce, Spartak Moscow, and Sparta Prague. And then in pot 4, we got Rapid Vienna, Galatasaray, Legia Warsaw, Midtjylland, Ferencváros, Royal Antwerp, Sturmgras and Brøndby. So that's what the pots are. If it works the same way as it did yesterday for the Champions League, what they're going to do, they will initially draw out a team from pot 1, and then they'll draw a team out from each of the pots. So let's start with pot 1. Draw a team out from there. Then we'll see what group they're going to. And then they'll draw all the teams from pot 1. So then they all get to go to different groups. And then they'll repeat the process for pot 2, and pot 3, and pot 4 until all the groups are drawn. And I believe they have the same rules in the Champions League as they do, say in the Europa League, as they do for the Champions League, i.e. that no 2 teams from the same country can be drawn with each other. So therefore that means that West Ham and Leicester City couldn't be drawn together in the group stage. And then the actual format of the tournament itself will mean that the group winners from the Europa League will go straight through to the round of 16. The team who finishes second in the group stage of the UEFA Europa League, they will play the team that finishes third in one of the groups in the UEFA Champions League in a playoff match to decide who goes forward to the UEFA Europa League round of 16. And the third place team in the UEFA Europa League will then go on to the third tier European competition, which is new for this season, which is the UEFA Europa Conference League. So I hope that all makes sense. Then the match dates for the group stage is match day 1 on the 16th is on the 16th of September, so just over 2.5 weeks away. Match day 2 is the 30th of September. Match day 3 is the 21st of October. Match day 4 is on the 4th of November. Match day 5 is the 25th of November. And match day 6 is the 9th of December. So there we have it, people. That's basically all the details for the draw. All we need to do now is just wait for these people at UEFA to stop gibbering on and talking nonsense. I mean, the only people I know who gibber on and talk more nonsense than what I do, and that's saying something. Anyway, so let's get back to the beginning of that set. That's what I was looking for. So I'm going to put it back on to pot 1 and pot 2, and then what we're going to do, we'll just sit here and wait and have a chat about who is about what could happen. So anyone in my chat, you got any ideas about who you think is going to win the UEFA Europa League this season? Bearing in mind as well that for the round of 16, there'll be teams coming down from the Champions League. So, we saw the Champions League draw yesterday, and that was really interesting. Seeing Man City again being drawn up against PSG. So that should be a really interesting tie. But yeah, any ideas about who could win it? I mean, we've got some strong sides in here, haven't we? I mean, there's Lyon and there's Dinamo Zagreb, who knocked Tottenham out last year. Monaco, Olympiacos, Rangers and Celtic, Red Star Belgrade. Who else is there? We've got Marseille, that's where William Saliba and Matteo Guendouzi from Arsenal are on loan at the moment. You've got West Ham, who they're going to be really strong outfit in this tournament, I think, and could be a real handful for anyone who they play. Rapid Vienna, Galatasaray, Midtjylland, who knocked Celtic out of the Champions League. So, yeah, there's some really, really strong sides in there. Sparta Prague as well, who did well in the Europa League last year. So, yeah. So what do you guys think? Any ideas about who's going to win this tournament? I think we might be starting soon, but let's see. Let's see what happens. There's a guy on here chatting away. I don't know what he's saying because, like I say, I can't have the volume up on this thing because I'll get done for copyright. But we're just waiting for them to start. So hopefully it'll get started soon because, like I say, they do tend to go on. Well, if it's like the Champions League, they just go on and on and on, talking absolute nonsense. And yeah, we're seeing some nice images of the trophy, and now they're showing us all the club badges, and they're showing us all the pots now that we've just gone through. They're showing all the teams in their respective pots. And yeah, so they're going through pot 3. Now they've gone to pot 4. And now they're just talking about that, I guess. But nothing much is happening at the moment, unfortunately. And then we've got they're showing the groups because they're going to be drawn into 8 groups of 4. And like I said, what will happen is that one team will be drawn out. If it happens like it did yesterday for the Champions League, one team will be drawn out, and then they will draw out another ball, which will tell them what pot they're going into, because what happened yesterday was that different teams had different permutations about how many groups they could go into. So we're just waiting for all this to kick off and see where they can go. So they're just going through how the draw is going to work at the moment. So yeah, what do you think about this thing about? What do you think about this business about the third place team in the Champions League group falling down into the Europa League and then playing a second place team in the Europa League in a playoff to see who goes forward to the round of 16? I'm not sure about how I feel about that. On one hand, I like the fact that there's can be a progression through the different tiers of these European competitions. Like, for example, this new conference league that they've set up. If you win that tournament, the next year you can go to play in the Europa League, and then the Europa League winners go to get the next season to play in the Champions League. But then also, if you finish third in the Champions League, you go down to the Europa League. And then if you finish third in your Europa League group, you go down to the Conference League. So I quite like that idea, I have to say. But let's see what happens. But yeah, it's a difficult one, because I'm not sure that I like the fact that I like the old school thing when it was the European Cup, when it was just the champions of each country competing in the tournament, and it was a proper knockout tournament. But you know, obviously the money men got their hands on it, and they wanted to create more fixtures and create more revenue for the clubs, so they came up with this format. But I guess at the end of the day, you know, money makes the world go round, doesn't it? So yeah, so they're just now going through the pots again. They're looking at the teams in pot 1, which, as I said before, is Lyon, Napoli, Bayer Leverkusen, Dinamo Zagreb, Lazio, Olympiacos, Monaco, and Braga. And then in pot 2, and they started to draw. The first team out of the hat at the pot, the first pot to be drawn, and it is Olympique Lyonnais. So Lyon are the first team out of the hat, and let's see what group that they're going to be placed in. And Lyon, what's happening now? What are they doing now? There's another team being pulled out, which is Monaco. Now, presumably, they can't be paired together because they're from the same country. They've gone to Group B. Oh, okay. So maybe it's not quite working the way it did yesterday. Now we're pulling out another team. And this team is Napoli. So presumably they're going to go to Group C, I would imagine, if it carries on like it did before. Yeah, so they've gone to Group C. And now they're pulling out another side. And this one is Olympiacos. So Olympiacos look like they're going to be in Group D. And now they're pulling out another side out of the pot. I'm doing the pot. And this team is Lazio. And then we're going to pull out another team. This team is is Braga from Portugal. So they're going to be in Group E. No, Group F, sorry. They're in Group F. And next team out is Bayer Leverkusen from Germany. And last but not least, final team to be drawn out for this first one is Dinamo Zagreb. Dinamo Zagreb from Croatia. They've gone to Group H. Okay, so let's see what happens now, how they're going to play this now for the next group of teams. So in that pot that's about to be drawn, we've got Celtic, Eintracht Frankfurt, Red Star Belgrade, Rangers, Leicester City, Lokomotiv Leipzig, Lokomotiv Moscow, Genk, and PSV Eindhoven. So now what we're doing now, they're twisting some balls around, and let's see who gets pulled out, or it's a group, or what is it? So he's pulled out a piece of paper, and this one is Rangers from Scotland. So let's see where those people end up. So they're in a group with Olympic Lyonnais. So the next group to be pulled out, next team to be pulled out is going to be PSV Eindhoven from Holland. They're presumably going to Group B, which means they're in a group with Monaco. And the next team to be drawn out and he's undoing the piece of paper, and it's Leicester City. Leicester City have been put into a group with Napoli. Oh, that's an interesting one. That's going to be quite a tough encounter, I would have thought. Next team to be drawn out, and he's undoing the ball and pulling out the paper. And it's Lokomotiv Moscow. Okay, so it looks like we've got 4 teams left to be drawn. And it's Eintracht Frankfurt from Germany. And then Group D with Olympiacos. Tough old group, that one, by the looks of it. Olympiacos and Eintracht Frankfurt in a group together. Right, the next team to be pulled out in this group and that looks like, yes, it's Red Star Belgrade. So Red Star Belgrade are going to be in a group with Braga from Portugal. And next team to be pulled out is going to be, let's see who it is. He's unwrapping the paper. And it's Celtic, my boys from Scotland, my Scottish team. Celtic. my beloved Celtic, where they're going to be in a group with Bayer Leverkusen from Germany. That's a hard one. Then the next team to be pulled out is Genk from Belgium. And Genk are going to be in a group with Dinamo Zagreb from Croatia. So we're just waiting now to move on to pot 3, I guess. So pot 3, we've got Marseille, Ludogorets, West Ham United, Real Sociedad, Real Betis, Fenerbahce, Spartak Moscow, and Sparta Prague. So here we go, everyone. The balls are being twiddled round. They've picked a ball out. Let's see what team this is and where they're going to end up. So they'll be going into Group A if they carry on the same way they did before. And the team they've pulled out is Olympique Marseille. So Olympique Marseille are going to be in a group with Lazio and Lokomotiv Moscow. Next team out, he's just got the team at the ball and he's pulling the paper out. And that one is Sparta Prague from the Czech Republic. Sparta Prague, and they're going to be in Group B with Rangers and Lyon. So a rematch from last year for Rangers and Sparta Prague. And then the next team is Real Sociedad from Spain. And they're going to be in, I think, Group C, if I'm right. Yeah. No, Group B. And they're with Monaco, PSV Eindhoven. So next team out of the pot is Spartak Moscow. And Spartak Moscow are in Group C with Napoli and Leicester City. Yeah, so that's an interesting one. A trip to Moscow for Leicester there. And next team out is Fenerbahce from Turkey. And Fenerbahce are in a group with Olympiacos and Eintracht Frankfurt. And yeah, I can see that 7 people are watching me now, so that's great. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for me, please. The next team out is Ludogorets, and they're from Bulgaria. And they're going to be in Group F with Braga and Red Star Belgrade. And then next team out is Real Betis. And yes, the next team out is Real Betis, my favourite Spanish team. And they're going to be in a group with Celtic and Bayer Leverkusen. Wow. Betis and Celtic. Fantastic. And next is West Ham United. West Ham United are in a group with Dinamo Zagreb, Genk. So Dinamo Zagreb, Genk, and West Ham United. So that's a nice couple of trips there for the Hammers out to Zagreb. I'm sure they're going to love it, and I'm sure they'll enjoy the Maximir Stadium and the Maximir Park. That is absolutely beautiful park. So that would be nice for the Hammers. And Celtic up against Real Betis. the team with green and white hoops playing the team with green and white stripes. Excellent. So anyway, pot 4. It's got Rapid Vienna, Galatasaray, Legia Warsaw, Michelin, Ferencváros, Real Antwerp, Sturm Graz and Brøndby. Okay, so they're starting drawing the teams from pot 4. And let's see where these teams end up. So the first team out is Galatasaray. So they're going to be in Group A. They're in Group A. And they're with Lazio, Lokomotiv Moscow, Olympic Marseille. So, yeah, they've gone to Group E. It's a bit weird. Okay, so next team out. Don't know quite what they're doing, I'm sure. Next team out is Brøndby from Denmark. And they've been sent to Group A. They're in with Olympic Lyonnais, Rangers and Sparta Prague. And the next team to come out will be, let's see who it's going to be. He's unscrewing the ball. And let's see what team comes out of this ball. And this one is Sturm Graz from Austria. Now, let's see where Sturm Graz get shoved. Looks like they've gone to Group B. So Sturm Graz, they're in a Group B with Monaco, Psv Eindhoven and Real Sociedad. And then next team is coming out. He's undoing the ball and unwrapping the paper. And Esmichian from Denmark, Celtic's conquerors in the Champions League playoff. But they ended up losing their final playoff game. And they're in a group with Braga, Red Star Belgrade, Ludogorets as well. So, okay, so the next team out of pot 4 is Legia Warsaw from Poland. So let's see when it looks like they've sent them to Group E. Sorry, they've gone to Group C and they're in with a group with Napoli, Leicester, and Spartak Moscow. So yeah, some interesting trips there for Leicester City. And next team out from pot 4 is, he's got the piece of paper out, he's unwrapping the paper, and that team is Royal Antwerp from Belgium. So Royal Antwerp from Belgium, and they are going to Group D, which means they're with Olympiacos, Eintracht Frankfurt, and Fenerbahce. 2 teams left, guys. It's nearly finished. And in that group, we've got Ferencváros from Hungary. They've been drawn from, they're the second to last team to be drawn from pot 4. And they're in a group with Bayer Leverkusen, Celtic, and Real Betis. Hold on a second. Sorry, what there? Okay, so last team to be drawn out is Rapid Vienna from Austria. And they have gone to Group H, and they're in a group with Dinamo Croatia, Dinamo Zagreb, Genk, and West Ham United. So they concluded the draw, and I have to say that went through a lot quicker than they did yesterday for the Champions League. So let's quickly have a look at the draw. In Group A, you've got Olympic Lyon, Rangers and Sparta Prague and Brøndby. In Group B, we've got Monaco, Psv Eindhoven, Real Sociedad and Sturm Graz. In Group C is Napoli, Leicester City and Spartak Moscow and Legia Warsaw. And then in Group D, you've got Olympiacos, Eintracht Frankfurt, Fenerbahce and Royal Antwerp. And let's see. Just waiting for them to bring up Group E to H. So they're still showing Group A, Group B, Group C, and Group D. They're going to show you? Okay. Right. So now, in Group E, we've got Lazio, Lokomotiv Moscow, Olympique Marseille, Galatasaray. In Group F, we've got Braga, Red Star Belgrade, Ludogorets, and Midtjylland. And then in Group G, you've got Bayer Leverkusen, Celtic, Royal Betis, and Ferencváros. And then in Group H, we've got Dinamo Zagreb, Genk, West Ham United, and Rapid Vienna. So that's the whole draw, guys. What I'm going to do over the weekend, as I said I would for the Champions League, I will post all the results, the draws on the Warren's Team Talk Facebook page. These games for the Europa League group stage matches will be played. Match day 1 will be played on the 16th of September. Match day 2 will be on the 30th of September. Match day 3 will be on the 21st of October. Match day 4 will be the 4th of November. Match day 5 will be the 25th of November. And match day 6 will be the 9th of December. So, yeah, that concludes the draw, really. Don't know, what do you all think? Please put a comment in and tell me what you think about the draw, who you think will win it, who you think will eventually win the tournament. I think both the English clubs obviously have a good chance. I'd like to see Celtic progress because obviously of my affiliations with Celtic. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting tournament, that's for sure. Yeah, and I just want to say after all the hullabaloo with yesterday's Champions League draw, this one went a lot more smoothly, a lot less faffing about, drawing out a team, then drawing out a ball to see what group they were going to go to. This one seemed a lot better organised, I have to say. So, yeah, because that one yesterday just went on and on and on and on. So, yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Going to stop that and close that down. And then I'm just going to say goodbye now. So anyone who's in the chat, thanks very much for tuning in and watching my show. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to just play the exit video now. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be back later today with a review of last weekend's Premier League fixtures and my predictions for that. So I hope you enjoy that. Keep your notifications on for that. And yeah, you'll be able to see what my predictions are for this week's games as well. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you send in your predictions for this weekend's fixtures for the Premier League. Like I've said in the video, I explained how this was going to work. We've got a Warren's Team Talk Premier League predictions game starting this weekend. And if you get your predictions in by 5 o'clock, then today, then we can 5 o'clock UK time today. Then I'll be able to count your predictions, and every week we're going to be doing this. So there was a video put out, I think, earlier this week, explaining how it's going to work and how to submit your submission. So make sure you do that. But basically, we'll be predicting, what I've asked you to do is predict the results at every Premier League match day. You can send your predictions in by email to the Warren's Team Talk email address, which is warrensteamtalk@outlook.com, or you can fill in the form that's on the Warren's Team Talk Facebook page and email that in to me. And yeah, so that's how you can do it. But it should be a lot of fun. Doesn't cost anything to enter, but on the downside, obviously, there's no prize. Unfortunately, I'm not in the position to be able to do that. But anyway, it should be a lot of fun. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video for me and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. That way you'll get to hear about any videos that I post, and you won't miss anything as long as you click on the bell notification button. And yeah, I look forward to speaking to you all again soon. Take care, guys. Thanks for tuning in.